Universities. Now, in a letter sent to the administration, Senator Gallego expresses serious concern about those cuts and can undermine life-saving medical breakthroughs. The letter sent to DHS Secretary Robert F. Kennedy Jr. goes saying in part, quote, "The steps the Trump administration has taken will create a serious funding shortfall for research institutions nationwide, threaten to undermine progress on life-saving scientific advancements, and it could cost the U.S. economy billions of dollars and threaten the livelihoods of hundreds of thousands of workers." The cuts were put on hold by a federal judge earlier this week, but they could have a direct impact on research at the University of Arizona. News 4 Tucson's Eric Fink is live on campus right now, and he spoke to professors today who were sharing their concerns. So what did they have to say, Eric?
Well, Angelique, if these cuts to NIH funding go into effect down the road, the U of A here could lose tens of millions of dollars in support that supports critical research done at this university. I spoke to one professor who worries her work and her students' work could be impacted if the cuts go beyond NIH.
Where one agency federally goes, one worries that other agencies may follow.
U of A professor Jo Ellen Russell is in the geosciences field. Her research is primarily funded by the National Science Foundation and NASA. But she knows if cuts to NIH funding go through, she believes it will have an impact on her students and colleagues and the research being done at the university that's led to new discoveries and breakthroughs.
These are critical research support, and since research here at the University of Arizona and the state of Arizona is an engine for growth and prosperity, we're deeply worried that cutting our overhead means that we will be basically cutting into our seed corn, into the innovation driver for the state.
The Trump administration could significantly trim funding for NIH, an organization that's funded research projects linked to cancer, diabetes, Alzheimer's, and more. A federal judge in Boston halted the cuts to NIH after nearly 24 states sued, prompting President Trump to push back.
No judge should frankly be allowed to make that kind of a decision. It's a disgrace.
The U of A Senior Vice President for Research and Innovation, Tommy Diaz de la Rubia, says in a statement in part, quote, "For our university, this change could result in an annual loss of $40.5 million in research support funds. The U of A conducts about $165 million in NIH research, and research support funds cover expenses like labs, specialized core facilities, technical personnel. These critical enablers of research are major reasons why the U.S. is the most technologically advanced nation in the world. The federal government's partnership in research is crucial to maintaining our nation's economic and national security advantage."
The University of Arizona is a top research university. My department's ranked 4th in the country after Caltech, MIT, and Berkeley. And so we are deeply...
Now, 22 states sued to try and put a stop to the NIH cuts in funding. A federal judge earlier this week halting those cuts temporarily. Coming up at 5 o'clock, you're going to hear from a professor who relied on NIH funding to do his work for close to 40 years. We're live on campus at the U of A at the College of Public Health this afternoon. I'm Eric Fink, News 4 Tucson.